Hello, 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 Leos. Thank you so much for joining Queen Amun Ra for your reading on today. This reading is for June 2nd through June 9th. I am using in case you're wondering, I'm using the Mystic Monday cards. Here they are. They're pretty thick. And so the shuffling is kind of slow, but nevertheless, the universe never fails with sharing the information. If you are Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is for you. Whether you are a Leo or you're cross watching for a Leo, this may or may not resonate with all of you, but remember, these messages are timeless. So even if they don't happen now, they may happen in the future. So I just want you guys to know that. But again, let me start shuffling the cards and see what the universe has. Universe, please share with me what you have for our Leos on today. What messages do you have for our Leos? What messages for our Leos? I really like Leos. I say that about all of the astrological signs, but because I like to pick out what's powerful about each sign. What comes to mind immediately when I think about Leos is strength. The lioness or the lion energy. And these messages are for masculine, feminine energy. Usually I try not to use man, woman, or male, female. I say masculine, feminine energy because we all embody both of them. So even if a card comes out a king or queen, I'll ask that you just be sort of gender neutral and speak to the feminine, masculine energy inside of you. Okay, so let's get started with this reading. I am so excited, Leos, because we always hear some things about Leos. When you think about like some powerful Leos, like in film and in the arts, you think of people like Whitney Houston, Halle Berry, Vivica Fox. There are quite a few people. Those are just a couple of names that just kind of sort of popped out a few minutes ago, but there are quite a few Leos, and you guys can look them up, and I can actually list them below if you like. But again, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For the Leos, if you're a cross watcher, welcome. Thank you so much for joining Queen Amun Ra for today's reading. I'm going to give you guys an extended reading on today, and I hope again that it resonates with you. So let's get started. Whoa, right out the gate. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to share this with you, Leo. You'll probably see some of the cards coming out, which is what I want for you to see, some of the cards coming out. But wow. Okay. Whew. Let's get started. First card coming out the gate is the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, Leo. This lets me know that you have some people who have really, really, really done you dirty. Really have done you bad. Look at this Ten of Swords, okay? These swords represents the air signs, which are intellect and power. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't necessarily mean that one of those signs did something to you terrible, because there are a lot of swords. There's 10 swords here in your back. Somebody left you for dead. They really thought that what they did to you was going to kill you. But we're going to keep on moving through these cards because all of this is going to tie in. But my goodness, just right out the gate, Ten of Swords. Let's come back. The Knight of Swords. Okay. I'm sorry, Knight of Wands, excuse me. Wands energy is the fire energy that represents spirituality and taking action, okay, Leos. The fire signs, in case you guys aren't clear, are the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This energy, masculine energy here, is self-assured. They're taking action. They're on the move. They are confident. This is who you are, okay? Princess of Wands. this feminine energy here, and again, all of this is going to tie in. This Princess of Wands, again, represents fire energy. It represents the journey to spirituality and taking action. This feminine energy is letting you know that their life is well balanced. They are vibrant. They are self-assured. They are balanced. If I said the word balance, excuse me, but I need to reiterate that there is balance, in your life, Leo. So, but there's a lot of vibrancy and color around you. Your hair is tied up. You're self-assured. You look at you. You look like you have on relaxed clothes, whether it be just like a midriff top and the comfortable pants here. But you are self-assured. You are confident. Picking back up here, you are, and these are things that people around you see in you. Okay, so again, all of this is going to tie in for you. This Princess of Swords, the sword again is air energy. This is the represent intellect and power. Okay, you have the power. You are self-assured. You are in charge, okay? And you have the universe behind you in your favor. So I want to take a pause here for a second before I move on to the next one, because you've been through a lot, Leo. You've really, really been through a lot. There have been some people around you that just flat out jealous. That's the only word I can use to share with you. There are people around you who have just been flat out jealous. They thought that all the lies, the rumors, the hate, the backstabbing was going to really leave you for dead. They thought it was just going to just take you out, and that is not what happened. There's a lot of air energy around you. There's a lot of fire energy around you. Of course, the fire being the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But look at this right here. The Seven of Swords. Listen. There's some situations that you just need to just let die. Just let go. Anybody who did this to you, when you got up, because you're not dead, it's showing you're not dead here. Obviously, you're listening to this reading. But I want you to know something. The people who left you for dead, they even put a sword in your hand, all in your back. They did not want you to get up at all. Okay? They really, really want something about you has rubbed someone's, there's like a deep hatred for somebody to stick a knife in your back, let alone a sword. They weren't even courageous enough to stick it in your stomach. They had to stab you in the back, betray you, the worst kind of betrayal. Excuse me. And for somebody to do that to you doesn't mean that they are family close, but they are close enough for you allowed to them to get this close to you, because it's not too, this sword is not that long, so it's not like they had to throw it. They got up on you and betrayed you. So you allowed some people in your life to get close enough to you to stab you in the back. Okay, man, this Seven of Swords right here, and these are two air cards. This is air energy. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay. See how you have already walked through this thing and you have already slain somebody already. You have slain this situation. You're coming up on some other swords, but you have your sword in your back. You ready. You're wiser. You're not playing around. Meaning that at every level, look at this. I want to put this down for just a second. You're at this level. When you get to this level, you have your sword. You're ready to slay whomever. When you get to this level, you're ready to slay whomever. And when you get to this level, you're ready to slay. You're not playing around. People thought that you were just dead. They left you for dead. Look at this. I want to make sure we get real close in on this card. Somebody tried to leave you for dead, but you got back up. Oh, but when you get up after somebody betrays you, oh my goodness. And don't let it be somebody that you knew and it was close to you and they don't know that you know that they betrayed you. Oh my God. I'm scared for them. So yeah, Leo, you guys are known for having your strength, and it's a kind of a graceful strength. There's a fire. There's like a fire in your belly with fire signs. You have that intuition inside of you, but not only do you have the intuition inside of you, people use their power differently, right? So whereas, for instance, the air sign represents power and intellect, okay, they may know it, they may have that intuition, they may know, because you have a lot of air signs that are also highly intuitive, especially the ones who know their power, but they use it to fuel their power. Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius are coming for people's throats. Like slain. You see these two swords down here slain? They took the person out, the people out. They're just coming through like, I am sick and tired of this betrayal, this backstabbing. I let you get close enough, and this is what you do to me? You stab me in the back? Okay, I'm coming for your throat, and I'm slaying people. I'm gonna make sure you don't get up, okay? Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This is I just want to pause for 1 second because we're going to get into an extended reading for you Leos, but this is absolutely freaking crazy. Look at this right here, the Seven of Wands right here. This is why when I first looked at your cards, Leo, I said, you know what, you guys have been in a fight for your life, because the fire inside of you and the gift on your life is so powerful that people are trying to take you out left and right, and you're having to fight battles every single time you turn around. I'm anxious to see what the next set of cards are going to give us, because this is actually crazy. This is ridiculous. There's so many people have been coming up against you, Leos, but you're on the attack. You're not playing around. Look at this, Seven of Wands. Again, Wands is fire energy, represents your journey to spirituality and taking action. You are absolutely taking action. Now that you know that they didn't kill you, and now that you know who stabbed you in the back, you're taking action. Right now, the energy that I'm getting of who stabbed you in the back was an Aquarius. Somebody thought that they were going to be able to get away with hurting you, and you're fighting back. Okay, an air sign, but what I'm getting right now is an Aquarius, Leo. And what's really, really sad, oh my gosh, before I get to the next card, I really have to reiterate this, and I really, really have to say this, because it's so disheartening, because air and fire together is powerful, okay? Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are powerful with Gemini, Libra, and Aquariuses. And this is what I don't understand. I always hear and I see, like, astrologically, that Leos and Aquariuses are opposite signs. But let me tell you something, guys. When a Leo, and that Leo and Aquarius is our opposite signs, just in case I play this back and I missaid something else like Aries and Leo or whatever, but I meant to say Aquarius and Leo. Even though astrologically it may look like you guys are at the opposite end of the spectrum, you guys can actually be so wonderful together, okay? We all know that we've heard things about Leo wanting to kind of sort of steal the show, kind of being the boisterous, kind of in your face, lioness or lion or whatever the case. We've also heard about the Aquarius being aloof and not necessarily giving Leo too much attention, and kind of whatever you've heard. I'm here to tell you that it does not have to be that. Could you imagine power, intellect, spirituality, and taking action working together? OMG, you guys would be powerful. So I'm going to say this, Leo, before I even pull the next set of cards. I'm going to say whoever this Aquarius is, that you reach out to them and y'all sit down and have a face-to-face conversation. I mean, I'm serious, because you have been stabbed in the back by so many people, and people see you as such a threat, you really don't know who to trust. And for some reason, the sword cards keep coming up as with the air signs, the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But for some reason, I'm getting Aquarius energy. But the Aquarius is not the one that is trying to defeat you. The Aquarius is the one that you least expect to actually be in your space, that actually wants to help. And they don't see you as a threat, and they don't want you to see them as a threat. I really, really think that it's high time that people put to rest this whole animosity between Leo and Aquarius, because that's not the case. Actually, Aquarius is really appreciate Leos. Every Aquarius that I've spoken with always talks about beautiful things they like about the Leo. So Leo, I'm going to ask you this time, and you may not ever hear this reading again, but this is the energy that I'm getting, that it's a misunderstanding, that the Aquarius is the one that's actually one of the ones that stabbed you in the back. See here? Starting out, you have all these swords in your back. These swords are not from an Aquarius, I'm telling you. Okay? I really think that you and an Aquarius needs to sit down. Let me pull some other cards, because I think we have some more. Wow, that was powerful. I actually got the chills during your reading, because it's just like, what in the world is going on? Why are people so bothered by Leo? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I know a lot of Leos, and I know that for the most part, they seem to be, pretty friendly with people, but they do have a fiery sign. And sometimes I kind of sit back and I wonder, why are they directing that energy towards everybody, when if they just quiet their spirit and get into meditation mode, then maybe they'll see exactly who it is. And in this instance, I don't think it's an Aquarius. I don't get the feeling that's an Aquarius. Let's read some more. Man, you got some pretty powerful cards here. Okay, we have the some major arcanas here. Whereas we didn't have any major arcanas to begin with, I can see where your journey is, where it's actually going, Leo. And man. Okay, let's go. Judgment. Okay. The first card that I pull in the second part of this reading is the Judgment card, which is Scorpio. Okay. This is time that you're reflecting, Leo. You have been betrayed. You have been lied on. There have been rumors put out there about you. You have been stabbed in the back by people that you have allowed to get close to you. I don't necessarily think it's, while it may apply to family, this more or less is people that's like, that you've allowed to come into like your friendship circle. People that you, may call sister or brother, or that's close enough that you have allowed, let your guard down a little bit or have been a little vulnerable with, Leo. This is what this is for. So you're reflecting right now, and you kind of been beating yourself up a little bit, thinking, how could I have not seen that? I should know better, blah, blah, blah. This has happened to me before. So don't do that to yourself. You're just adding to all of that. You know what it is. You see it for what it is. But don't beat yourself up too much about it, okay? The next card we have is the Hierophant card, which is the Taurus. You see your third eye is open, okay? Listen, Leo, you cannot be stabbed in the back that many times and get up and still be blind. You are very clear as to who did what to you. Now, it may take you some time to kind of sort of gather your thoughts or wrap your mind around why they did it, but I'm going to tell you why. It's flat out pure jealousy. That's it. That's the only thing. You are well kept, you're handsome, or you're beautiful to the eye. To most people, you're beautiful or you're handsome. You are accomplished. You have things going for yourself, and you're not afraid to flaunt it. And that confidence to some people looks like cockiness or arrogance, but it's just confidence. You worked hard to be where you are right now, but your third eye, now that you have all those things that happened to you, your third eye is wide open. You see, there's structure, there's organization, there is clarity. You're a little bit more conservative now. You are paying attention. You're really paying attention to the things that people tried to do to you in the past. Okay? Look at this Nine of Cups. Your heart is filled with love. Okay? These cups represent the water sign. They represent the Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. They represent emotions and creativity. So you have an abundance of that. You have a lot of love. You have a lot of emotion. You have a lot of things to give. You have a huge heart filled with emotion, filled with love. Okay? And look at this, the Six of Cups. You and your person. You and your person. The energy matches each other. Again, this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Doesn't necessarily mean it is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in your life, but it represents the fullness of your emotions and the fullness of your creativity and this love, this person that you've been craving. Like I said, it's been a long, hard, arduous road for you, Leo. Not knowing who to trust, but now you know exactly who it was that betrayed you, who stabbed you in the back. You're kind of confused. The only confusion in this is why. Now that the people are standing around, I wonder if this person did it. I wonder that's what hypervigilance will do. Once you've been in this state right here, let me bring this back up, the Ten of Swords. Once you've been in a state where you've been betrayed so bad by people that you allowed to get close to you, now you don't know who to trust. And that's not the best place to be in. That's why it's important for you to reflect, to look deep inside. And the reflection part, where you may sit down and think, part of it, you feel like you're judging yourself, you're judging other people. The judging yourself part comes in. Why didn't I see this? How come I didn't see these swords coming? Why did I let that person in my life? I need to reiterate, even though we have a lot of swords here, which is air signs, that I don't get the feeling that it's an Aquarius. I really, really don't, which may seem odd because everything points to Leo and Aquarius energy being the opposite end of the spectrum. And a lot of times they don't even get along because of people haven't been saying this, for so many years. But there is love in your life. This is your heart filled with emotion. You have everything. So, I'm going to come back to the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups in just a second. Look at this Emperor here. This is Aries energy. This masculine energy sitting on this throne has been through a lot. But they are a leader. They are strong. They have moved past these mountains behind them. See the mountains, but they have moved past these mountains behind them. They've gotten through. They have gone through a lot, and they've gotten over whatever the hump was, and the path is clear. But they have the scars to prove that they've been through a lot. And so this is not a person, Leo, that can be approached after having gone through this, of being stabbed in the back. This is not a person that anybody can just come to an approach. Okay. And you have to have your stuff together. Your spirit has to be in the right place. Excuse me, Leo. Somebody who's coming into your life has to have their stuff together. No more playing any games. They have to be just as powerful as you are, but they also have to be very protective. Excuse me. Like I said before, the Emperor is the Aries card. And so let's move on to I'm getting some more readings about, some more information about these cards. You know, when I first started looking at when I first started looking at this, I thought to myself, why is the Leo experiencing so much stress when they know who they are? Something happened with you, Leo, where you've been betrayed before in the past. We all have been betrayed before in the past, but it's something in particular about this betrayal that hits different than betrayals in the past, if that makes sense. Boy. But some things are changing. Really, some things are changing. Look, I'm going to tell you why I know that they're changing. Some things have shifted for you, okay? And this is the beauty in all of it. Here's, you have the Tower card. The Tower card is ruled by the planet Mars, and Scorpio is moved by the planet Mars. I think I saw Scorpio somewhere else. Okay, the Judgment. Okay. Everything that you thought, your belief system, which we know right now, we have 4 planets in retrograde, right? Jupiter is one of them, and Jupiter being in retrograde, you're kind of sort of reassessing your belief systems, right? Everything that you thought you knew, because you're in a higher level, you have ascended higher, you're vibrating higher. Everything that you thought you knew, not only about yourself, and this is why you've been hard on yourself, Leo, you're starting to reassess even the people around you. You have gone deeper. You're starting to dive deeper. That's why you have this tower that's coming down. You have the lightning, destruction, abrupt change. Because you've been betrayed in the past, Leo, and because it was through somebody that was very, very close to you that you allowed to come in and get close to you, you almost felt like kind of throwing in the towel, like, which is rare for a Leo. But for you, something happened where you felt like you were just, I can't believe this happened. Has that ever happened to you guys, that sometimes things happen so you're betrayed by people that you thought, and it could be, for some people it could be family members, some people it could be a former spouse, somebody, it could be a ex-best friend, whoever it is. But here you were betrayed by somebody so much so that it literally almost took you out. But they didn't understand the power and the strength of a Leo. It's time to get back up, Leo, and destroy everything you thought that you knew about about who you were and the strength that you had inside of you. It's time to just destroy all of that, because once this is torn down, you have room for new beginnings. Room for new beginnings, Leo. You guys are so powerful that you have to be extra careful about the people around you. I don't even think sometimes Leos even understand how strong they are until there's nothing left but their strength. Um, when I think about, I'm gonna use, for instance, Whitney Houston, for example, because that's what the spirits are giving me right now. So for some of you, you could be like entertainers, artists, special gifts or whatever. But I want to leave this Tower card up here, and I want to talk about Whitney Houston for a second because she's a Leo. She's a perfect example of all of this. When I saw some of the movies, that like the semi-autobiographies, the biographies, about her life, the um, some people pronounce it biopics, some people put biopics, whatever, however you pronounce it, on her life. And I saw the people that were around her. The only friend she seemed to have at the time was Robin, who is a Gemini. But her own family used her. It's such a tragic story when you think about it, because as fans, none of us really knew what she was going through at the time. All we knew was that we just loved Whitney Houston. A lot of girls learn how to sing, just by mimicking her songs. And, we saw her as regal and beautiful, the Leo that she was, a picture of strength. But little did any of us know until after her death that she had people in her own camp who were jealous of her. And I don't want to name names. If you go back and watch the movies, you can see for yourself. But I mean, that level of betrayal, who can recover from that? And I really, really believe that that is what took her out, the level of betrayal. There's another movie, and I don't know if the person acting in the movie or the person that's portraying this particular character is a Leo or not, but just to let you know how damaging betrayal is, especially when people are close to you and they betray you, it just hits differently. It leaves you almost off kilter. For some people, it's for a lifetime. For some people get up a lot quicker, but I'm telling you, there's something about being betrayed and being stabbed in the back by people closest to you, somebody that you really consider as a friend. But getting back to Whitney Houston, Robin said that, and I read the book. Robin said that she wanted to give Whitney Houston her flowers. She wanted to share the truth about what happened with Whitney Houston. She talked a lot about Whitney Houston's family not being appreciative of the fact that Whitney Houston, gave them money. She bought houses for them. She gave them all sorts of gifts and so on and so forth. But I also had to question Robin's motive too, because and so I had to question her motive too, because I'm like, was it just for money? Like, did you have to answer the question that Whitney Houston was bisexual? Could you have just like allowed her legacy? And even though there were so many people around her, her ex-husband Bobby Brown being an Aquarius, and let me add something real quick to this about there's a strong energy in these cards that's telling me that Aquarius is not the one who betrayed you, Leo, as you may think, because of all the rumblings about the Aquarius Leo energies, the not being compatible and so on and so forth. But that's absolutely not true. Leo and Aquarius are very compatible. When both of them are they recognize their power and what they bring to the table. They are very compatible. Okay. But so Bobby Brown, people assume that Bobby Brown was the one that led Whitney Houston down the path of drugs and alcohol and so on and so forth, right? But it was actually her brothers that led her down that path, who were jealous. And this is, I'm only going by, the accounts of the stories. And so when you're going up against an entire family of machine of people who are jealous of your wife or your significant other, sometimes, unless she had cut off her entire family, it would have been hard for her to hear what Bobby Brown was saying. And so him too, being younger than she was, now had access to all sorts of things that her money could buy that his money could not. So while I believe that there was some part of jealousy, on his behalf, I don't believe that he was the cause of her demise. I think that he just got tired of it, having to fight the machine, her family, and then Robin being around and so on and so forth. I have mixed feelings on about Robin sharing the book, but I just wanted to reiterate, Leo, I don't think it's an Aquarius, even though there's a lot of swords, a lot of energy in here. I don't believe it's an Aquarius. I believe it's an air sign, but I don't believe Aquarius in particular is the person who stabbed you in the back. I think that whoever the Aquarius is in your life, may have been trying to tell you in so many words not to trust this person, not to trust that person, not to trust this person, but being stabbed in your back and being as beloved by so many people, Leo, as you are, it's kind of hard to see whose intentions are sincere and whose intentions are not. But this right here is going to give you, should be confirmation that you should tear down everything you ever thought about your relationship with an Aquarius in particular, and leave a space open for you guys to sit down and talk. That's what I think. That's what I'm getting from the cards here. I believe that you have been betrayed by people that you love and care about and that you would do anything for. But excuse me, I think that in the midst of being betrayed the way that you were, some things got mixed in the crosshairs, and so I really want you to think about that. But that has been your reading for today, Leos. You are a very powerful and strong entity. I truly believe that when it comes to love, I really believe that you may want to step back for a minute and consider an Aquarius. You know, even though the Six of Cups is it represents emotions and creativity, and it's attached to the water signs, which is the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. However, your cup is full, their cup is full, and together you can be a very powerful entity. And that's why I said, you know, you may want to give it a try. And this may be different from any other reading that you hear, but like I said, Leos, I think there's an Aquarius in your life that you're not 100% sure. There may have been some misunderstandings, but you're not 100% sure if they were one of the ones that stabbed you in the back. Here's confirmation they were not. They want the best for you, and sometimes that's not always received in the best way, because you don't know who has your best interest at heart and who doesn't have your best interest at heart, Leo. But I think you should try to just give it a try. And this isn't all, it doesn't mean necessarily love is going to come from this, but it could be. You know, you've been betrayed and you have to tear down the ideals of things that, you know, used to be. Also, I want you to understand something too, guys, and I have to say this, I've been saying this in all of, you know, my readings, that we have 4 planets that are in retrograde. We have Venus that's in retrograde, that's Libra Taurus energy. That's the Venus being in retrograde represents you taking a hard look at your financial situation and taking a hard look at, you know, relationships, love, you know, in your life. That does not mean go back to an ex. Okay, I just need to reiterate that. Jupiter, which is also in retrograde, that's Sagittarius energy. That's revisiting some of your visions, your belief system, some of your ideals. Then you have Saturn, which is in retrograde, which is Capricorn, Aquarius energy. There's that Aquarius again. That is revisiting some relationships, just thinking about, you know, some relationships. It's thinking about restructuring the way you manifest some things. You also have Uranus, which is an Aquarius. It's attached to the Aquarius. Again, there's the Aquarius. That's the inner freedom. Think about those things, you know, all of these planets being in retrograde right now, and how it actually affects you, Leo, because you are a very powerful entity, male and female energy. You are beloved by a lot of people, but you also have a lot of people that don't have your best interest at heart, which is why the first card come out swinging with the Ten of Swords, all of these swords in your back. So people know who you are. They know the strength that you hold. They're very, very aware of that. But there are some people and some energies around you that don't want you to get back up. But you're up. Now that you're up, I want you to go out and be the person that you were created to be. You have that fire inside of you. You have you have equal sword and wands energy here. So that's why I believe that person, all those thoughts that you had about Aquarius in particular, I think those need to be torn down. I really, really think that. And I think that is the person for you, especially the Aquarius for you is a person who is fully aware of their power. They have just as much love to give you, and their air will fan your flames and bring out even better in you. Okay? And just like you'll put some fire up under them and then help them soar even higher. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me for your extended reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. This has been Queen Amun Ra sharing Leo's extended reading. Thank you so much again, Leos, for taking the time to listen. And again, I hope you do like your reading on tonight, but you guys are powerful. I really like Leos. You guys, especially to watch you guys in action. I can see why people are drawn to you guys. I can see why you are admired so much for all the gifts, that you have. But don't misunderstand the sincerity and the gifts that an Aquarius can bring into your life. Okay? Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. See you in the next reading. Bye.